Chapter 22. Uncle Victor wasn't going to get shot if Peter could help it. He resolved then and there to do all he could to hurry the rest of the gold to the Snake so the Queen could lift anchor and get away. There's nothing to do but what we've been doing, Victor Lundstrom decided. We'll have to chance that this buyer, whatever he is still mystified and wants to learn more about us before he tells on us. He probably doesn't know that the bricks are gold bars, because not one of them has been touched. Every sled load has been accounted for, so the best we can do is to get the rest of it here and let me get away while there's still a chance. They agreed they had no choice in the matter. Yes, we've started it, Mrs. Lundstrom said. The only thing to do now is finish it. The visitors dared to stay no longer aboard the clink because of the little children. This is goodbye, Victor, Mrs. Lundstrom kissed her brother-in-law. God bless and keep you always. You've undertaken a mighty task. Only a man as brave as you would attempt it. Uncle Victor disclaimed the heroism. Not at all, he said. I'm the lucky one. I'm going to get out of this while the rest of you have to stay and face it. Rawls and I have it easy. It's Lars and the ones who have gone to fight who are the brave ones. Again, Peter had to precede his mother along the beach past the German camp. He waited for her up on the road beyond the bend, where he could not be seen from below. When at length she reached him, he tied his sled to the end of the bobsled, and together they pulled up the steep hillside. At the home farm, there was a flurry of excitement. That much was evident the minute they turned in from the road. Fru Holm wanted to tell them something, but she was silent until the small children had eaten their bread and milk and were tucked into bed. There's something strange going on. She waved a wooden cooking spoon, but first she went to the door and looked out. Then she bolted it and came over to where they sat beside the fire. Today, just before you came, I saw a German soldier in my woods. He was wearing skis, but why would he be skiing about my place? I asked myself. He comes cautiously, as if he's looking for something. I watch, and he comes close to my barn. Then he slides himself along with his poles and pulls himself up to the runway in my barn. Into my barn, I tell you. Peter and his mother had no word to say about this new menace. Was the German spying around the Holmes farm because he knew the boys were put to sleep there? Peter wondered. Fru Holm went on. I think I will call out to him, "Get out of my barn, you loafer." But then I think, no, that's bad. It might make him angry, and he would turn me over to the officers. So I say to myself, I'll say nothing till I've talked with Fru Lundstrom. Then what happened? Mrs. Lundstrom asked. I just waited and waited. By and by he came out and started back the way he'd come. Perhaps he's on a mission to get food for the soldiers, Mrs. Lundstrom suggested. Then why doesn't he come right up here and ask me or Papa? She answered with spirit. He needn't go around looking in people's barns. None of them knew what to make of Fru Holm's visitor. Peter tried to find out what the soldier on skis looked like. He was anxious to know if he was the same soldier he had seen himself the day before, but he remembered he had seen nothing of that one but his back, so he could hardly compare the two. Whatever the ski soldier was doing at Holmes' barn, it could only mean danger for Uncle Victor. Peter determined they would make even greater haste, getting the rest of the gold to the Snake. He and Michael and the bigger ones would have to take heavier loads, 5 bricks instead of 4. Then if the women were going to pull the long sleds, they could take some too. Things were happening too fast. Well, he could always warn Uncle Victor. There was some comfort in knowing where to find the cling. The next day, and for some days after that, Mrs. Berg and a number of the other women joined the children in their trips. They would take the bobsled, and on each was a small pile of gold, and over the gold sat the smallest children. The next week, the pile of bricks in the cave was nearly down to the ground. There were less than 100 to be sledded to the Snake. The children danced around in great glee. The snow's holding, and we've done it. We've done it. We've done it. Helga was the noisiest. Shh, Pierre Garson warned. You've not done it yet. There's still nearly 50 sled loads. You can't say you've done it till this cave is bare as a miser's cupboard. Nothing further was seen of the German soldier on skis. Peter was always on the watch, but not once did he see the gray-green uniform. Late one afternoon, he was unloading his sled in the Snake. He untied his rope and removed the sack covering and placed the bricks in the hole he had made in the snow. He took 2 handfuls of snow and began to make his soldier. He patted it hard. As he reached for more, something made him look up. It was just the merest noise, soft like breathing. He looked into a pair of blue eyes. Their owner was wearing the dull-colored uniform of a German infantry soldier.